Is Pride Month sus? What I have to say before I get into that is I'm going to give a trigger warning. For anyone who's easily triggered, and the subject matter that I'm about to discuss is something that you're going to cancel me for, I only have one thing to say to you. Bless your heart. That's it. That's all I'm going to say for you. Bless your heart. For everyone else who's not so offended, who's not so also triggered, I appreciate you willing to just hear my points. Now, with all that being said, let me go and get my quick disclaimer in. And like I said, it's going to be rapid fire. Don't worry, you're not going to be here for too long. First and foremost, please stay hydrated. And the reason why, and real quick, I know some of y'all probably peeped what I was wearing. Yes, I got sandals. It's tore up. All right, so y'all can make fun of me if you want to. Let's go ahead and put that out there. But anyhow, let's stay on topic. The question being, is Pride Month sus? There's different angles we can look at this. But to answer the question and then expand on my answer to it, I would say to an extent, it's a yes and a no answer to it. The reason why I would say yes first and foremost is because on one hand, just to give y'all some clarification, this is the first time you come to my channel, I am heterosexual, okay? Or cisgender, if you will. And the thing is this, I have no hatred, I have no disdain, I have no discomfort with anyone in the LGBTQ community as an individual. I want to clarify that. You as an individual, I have no problem with you from afar. Now, if I got up close to you, that could be a whole different story, but I'm going to judge you as you come, okay? Now, here's the thing. The LGBTQ plus community as a whole, that becomes a different story, because this is what I would say. From afar, you guys, and you know who you are, don't act like you don't know who you are. From afar, you are a very interesting entity to me, because on one hand, I do recognize the importance of Pride Month. Don't get it twisted. I do. It's something similar to, I guess, in the beginning where we had Black History Month. And the reason I want to bring up Black History Month in this context as to why I would personally say it is sus on one hand is because if you think about Black History Month, it's interesting that we limit the discussion or the coverage of historical figures within the Black community, let's say here in America and outside of America, all over the world, that have planted their flags all over, that we only limit it to 1 month. Why not let it be spread out to the entire school year? Why not? That's very odd, because we make history every single month, don't we not? Prove me if I'm wrong on that. And so that's the thing. When you look at Pride Month, I look at it in the same context where it's like, for Black History Month, reality is we really don't need it. We really don't need it at this point in time. Now, granted, Black History Month has a little bit more has more time than Black Pride for Pride Month have been established. So to be fair on that, I can understand why in this generation, looking at Gen Z, looking at millennials, we'll say that right, those individuals, I can understand the importance why Pride Month holds for them. And again, I don't want to take that necessarily get that away from you guys, but I would think you would want to have the same end towards the importance and the significance behind the month. Because here's the thing, y'all. First of all, June is my month, my birth month. It's already been my birthday. I'm 27 years old, right? So, guess what? If I say something sus, I'm going to give myself a pass because it's the month. Now, I say that in a joking manner, but in reality, at the end of the day, yes, the month itself has no really huge significance in my eyes, is more so, yes, should we have the ability to celebrate and cherish those within the LGBTQ plus community that have contributed to humanity, not just here in America, but all over the world. Absolutely, and their stories should be told. Nothing wrong with that. But I would like to think that we should be able to do the same thing I think we should do for Black History Month. Instead of only focusing on one month to include and celebrate these stories, why not we do it all year round? Why not do that? Now I can understand, because let's look to the other side of that, saying no, it's not sus. Because again, I just explained it. Again, I understand that inclusion. I understand wanting to be seen, to want to be heard, to be remembered of the sacrifices that have been made to get folks of the LGBTQ plus individuals up to this point that their predecessors didn't possess, they didn't have. And it makes sense. But the thing is, what I would want to make sure is understood is that oftentimes you'll hear about people say, oh, there's a particular agenda here, there's a particular agenda over there. Oh, why do they put this in our schools? Why are they teaching children this? And granted, I'm going to be fair. And this is something I'm probably going to cover in the future. But to be fair, the concerns that are being shared from what I've heard is they have fair points. There are certain things that in the school system, I personally feel like, yeah, you don't necessarily have to put that in the schools, but you probably want to have that kind of discussion more so at home. But then let's also be realistic about it. How many times in the day does an adult or the responsible adult have for their children to come from home for what? Several hours of work every day in the week, in the month, in the years to come into their adolescence to really have those kinds of discussions, because let's all be fair on that point. Like, for example, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to my sex education, I'm not going to, toss it in the garbage, but I would also be honest with you guys that I primarily got a lot of my sex I'll say this. I had more of my in-depth version of sex education from pornography. Or prom, if you want to go there. Oh, real quick, let me say this real quick. For anyone who's never watched prom, I'm going to say this right now. My best advice I would ever get to you, if you ever want to get into it, I'm just saying, if you don't, it's fine. I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm just saying. My best advice for you guys, start with softcore prom. Okay? Start with that. That's the best thing you can do. Start with that first and foremost. Don't go no further than that in the beginning. Take a few months, watch it. After that, you divulge into other things, go at your own risk. Okay? Let me just say that. But overall, the point being, what I'm trying to say is this. When it comes to the conversations of how do we carry about, gender, sex, and what have you, the thing is this. I think ultimately, at the end of the day, for example, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow toaster strudels out there, for some of you who may not know about this, the whole reason for me saying toaster strudel by the end of that sentence or that phrase is because I recognize that some of y'all who may not identify as a woman, some of y'all are a lady, some of y'all may not identify as a gentleman. So, to make it clear that I don't want to exclude you guys from the conversation, toaster strudel, not the Urban Dictionary version, because someone showed me what that meant. I'm not referring to you guys in that manner, but I'm looking at it as it more so as the umbrella term, so that you guys feel as if you could be included in these conversations, because I want y'all in these conversations. And the thing is this, and I'm going to end the video on this point. In the near future, I would hope we wouldn't necessarily need to have Pride Month. I'm not saying toss out in the garbage anytime soon necessarily. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we can get to a point where those stories that are being told are more done in the ideal manner, where we wouldn't even have to have a month to celebrate these things. They can be celebrated. They can be told. They can be covered all year round. I think that would be the end goal. But that's just me personally. But anyhow, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow strudels, I'll catch y'all on the next video. I love y'all. I appreciate the support that you give to this channel. Thank you very much for all the likes, the dislikes, the sharing, the non-sharing, the subscribing, the non-subscribing, the post notifications, the non-post notifications. I appreciate all of y'all. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace and love you. Bye.